if you want to get experience, either you need age
Correct.
or you travel.
So we bring strangers together for our trips where they get to know each other first, then the place.
When you started out, were you the captain initially?
Absolutely. I was the captain, I was the salesperson, I was the marketing guy, I've done everything.
Okay. What's the difference between a tour operator and a community-based experience?
Yeah.
25 is good.
Okay.
50 is great. 75, I don't know. You should not be complaining. Oh, I should get that on a shirt. I'm a traveler, not a tourist.
Not a tourist, correct. Yes.
So I know money solves a lot of problems that exist and that don't exist after you get the money. No, when there's a problem, I like to solve it. Once everything's stable, then I get bored.
Correct.
Happens with every entrepreneur. A multi-millionaire doing share because I got a better place than him to stay. What made you start this business? So welcome again to one more podcast. We have with us a very interesting business that we are going to discuss today. So thank you so much, Amit. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for the invite.
And let's not keep any more surprises or suspense.
Alright.
Tell me, what business do you actually do?
So I run a travel company named Tripper Trails. It's a community experience travel that we do in India and abroad as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how old is this company?
It's going to be 5.5 now.
Oh, that's wonderful. 5.5 years. So you've reached the gratuity level already.
I think so.
So what made you start this business?
Oh, so there's a small story behind this. During college, I had always that I wanted to start something. So I started a company called Go Bikes. It's a bike rental platform.
Go Bikes. Okay, like
Yeah.
the bike rental that you have.
Correct.
Got it. Huh.
So I started doing college and I moved to Delhi and I was there for a year. At the same time, we were providing bikes to the tour operators in North India that time.
Okay.
So I got a bit idea how the tour operation works.
Correct.
And there was a lag in the market how people deliver the experience, because people were more focused on selling packages rather than having that experience.
True.
So after a year, I came out of Go Bikes and moved back to Bangalore.
Okay.
And
For the
Bangalore-
weather?
For the weather and for the people.
Good.
So at the same time, I saw there was a lag in the market. There was no one who was doing experience-based trips here. It was just the trekking that was happening, where the people were just taking people in the vehicle, saw the
Correct.
place and bring it back. There was no interaction, no knowing each other, because travel is not about just going, seeing the place and coming back.
Absolutely. No, I just want to intervene there. Now, one of the old sayings is that if you want to get experience, either you need age
Correct.
or you travel. Travel will expedite that learning.
Absolutely.
Now, when you say there is no what's the difference between a tour operator and a community-based experience? How can you differentiate?
Community-based experience means where people are coming together
Mhm.
who doesn't know each other.
Okay.
So we are bringing people. So group tour was happening where people were coming together, just going, seeing the place and coming back.
Okay.
But there was no interaction, not knowing each other.
Correct.
So travel was all about the place.
So, is it that you are taking 20 solo travelers on a combined tour, almost like that?
Absolutely, yes. So
Okay.
we bring strangers together for our trips where
Okay.
they get to know each other first, then the place.
Nice.
So the main motive was to change the method itself.
And do people want to go back to the same group, or every time they want different?
They do get comfortable. That's what we were seeing in the beginning, that yes, once they get to know each other, they explore the place and they feel like they are friends for like ages. And as soon as that starts happening, so you're seeing that they don't want to come out of that zone.
Yes.
But it shouldn't be like that. Let's say you met like 10 people or 20 people in a trip.
True.
It shouldn't be like you should restrict yourself, because the world is wide open. You
Absolutely.
should try the new.
No, I have
Yeah.
a small, a thought just came in. Like back in the day when we used to travel by Udyan Express from Bombay to Bangalore
Okay.
on a summer vacation, it was a 24-hour journey.
Okay.
So when you just get into the train, in the train you keep your luggage, then a new person comes, he tries to push his luggage. There's a little animosity.
Okay.
But by the time you're getting off at Bangalore station, or the other way around, getting back at your destination, you're like shaking hands, this is my number, please call me. You've become such good friends because you've spent 24 hours
Wow.
in the same train.
Correct.
And probably that's the experience that your customers are actually getting it.
I think it's even more than that. What happens, see, here the common perspective that everyone loves traveling. So
Correct.
they have the thought, yes, the people who are coming for such group trips or the community trips, they have that love. One love is there for travel.
Correct.
So they want to explore other they want to meet people, but at the same time they want to explore the place not by themselves. They want people around them, right? Because see, Bangalore is a place where most of the people who are coming there from they're outsiders, right?
Yeah.
So here to meet someone, the chances are very limited because we work in an office, then we are just Monday to Friday, then Saturday Sunday we are on off, back to the same routine.
Correct.
So we don't have this social life much because we are away from everyone is mostly away from the family here.
Yeah, and the only socializing they can have is office party where they really can't do much.
Absolutely, because you can't be yourself, right? Because it's an office setup.
You have to be a little cautious about what you say and what you do, and
100%.
not dance on top of the table and all that
Correct.
stuff.
And in these trips, let's say what happens, even if you go for a trip and you have this perspective, let's say these people would not judge you because once you back from the trip, again you're gonna go back to the normal life.
Yeah.
But you can't behave in the same way from in your office
Absolutely.
meetups or something like that, because you have to be back to the same place with the same people.
Nice.
So there would be judgment.
So just to understand, community travel is one way to look at it is that me or maybe 2-3 friends together, we are planning to go to a place.
Correct.
For convenience sake, let us say Goa. I don't know if you do trips in Goa, but let's say we plan to do Goa. The way we would travel is that we have traveled before. We have a certain thought process. We know that in Baga Beach there is one particular joint where we go always.
Correct.
And we'll tend to go back to the exact same place. Whereas if I want a little bit more experience, I leave my friends or take them along and I go and do the same thing with a group of new people, and I tell them, see, there's this joint which you must go. When I come with my friends, I go there.
Correct.
That's one way of looking at it.
Correct.
And the other thing is, I am in Bangalore, I don't have anything to do this weekend, let's go for trekking or let's go see a new place.
Correct.
What is the safest place or safest way to do it?
Yes.
Solo, especially women traveling alone, can be a problem. Though South India is pretty safe, you've come from Delhi, so I don't have to say anything. It is a environment that you create where you go. Typically, they go by a common bus or they come and meet at the destination.
No, so here what happens, the people travel in a similar vehicle from Bangalore itself.
Okay,
So the trip starts from Bangalore, they'll be picked up from Bangalore.
wonderful.
And as soon as they reach the destination, they would be knowing each other. So
Understood.
that's how we operate.
So it's like that college bus trip kind of feeling you get.
College bus, but here there we would be knowing this.
Yeah, of course, of
But
course.
here the thing is, like, see, we have done a kind of a pre-research how to make people know each other.
Got
So
it.
there's a proper SOP. As soon as you get into the bus, the pickup is done.
Okay.
So next 3 hours gonna be ours.
Okay, where you make sure everybody interacts, they
Correct. So
discuss.
there's gonna be ice breaking sessions. There's gonna be some
Wonderful.
activities.
So who does that ice breaking session?
So we have in-house captains.
Captains. Okay.
Captains who are well trained how to run these trips.
Understood.
So they know the
Nice.
place. They know how to make sure that these people get to know each other as well.
So when you started out, were you the captain initially?
Absolutely. I was the captain. I was the salesperson. I was the marketing guy. I've done everything.
Okay. So if you have gone, say, Kudramukh trek, or you have gone to Dandeli and done whitewater rafting,
Yes.
you know where, what to do, who are the people to meet there, which hotel is good, where you get decent food, where are the good toilets, all that you already know.
So we do a proper route mapping itself.
Correct.
You
So-
start from Bangalore.
So
Yeah.
that qualifies you to be a captain, right?
Uh,
So it's not that anybody, captain is different from a MC.
100%.
An MC would just do ice breaking session and all that, but the captain is much more than that.
They know in and out of the place.
They know in and out.
Out of the
And is it that the captain for Dandeli does not go to Kudremukh, or it is any captain can go to any? Is he a location expert or is just a journey expert?
No, they are location expert.
Okay.
Yeah, so they would be gone to that place multiple times before they lead alone. So
Understood.
initially, once the training starts, they would be trained to know so that they know the destination first. Once we get that confidence, ki yes, they are knowledgeable enough to run the destination, then they operate themselves.
Okay.
Before that,
so
the-
maybe 15-20 trips is enough?
Initially, at least 10 trips we need to hand over the trips alone to them.
Okay.
Otherwise, they would be doing under senior trip captains.
Understood. Nice. Good. So your business is something which I see has got a good need in Bangalore, especially a city like Bangalore, maybe a city like Pune. Wherever there's a lot of migratory, I'd refuse to use the word outsider, I'd say migratory population.
All right.
That's the more politically correct thing to say. The business has a good need. So that need, you're just solving a particular need or maybe multiple particular needs.
Correct.
We will kind of dissect that as we go further. And is there any major problem you're facing right now?
So major problems, see, we started with the weekend gateways initially. So we added 12 locations around South India. That's done. Now we're trying to go outside. Like we are operating in North India as well now. Then international. So here what happens, here we had no competition. We were the market leaders.
Correct.
In this segment called weekend gateways. We are the market leaders till now.
Oh, nice.
But once you go outside, your competition is on with the bigger players.
Correct.
So how to make sure that you compete with them, because their team size would be bigger, their revenues would be bigger, everything is bigger. So how to tell people that yes, we are the company who are not selling packages.
So the trick is you should not tell, your customers should tell. And the differentiator will not be the revenue, it will not be their marketing, it will be the service that they provide.
Service that. So here I can say one thing that we take a pride on that. We are the only company which is only 5-star rated in last 5 years.
Oh, nice.
We have
So
also more than
when you say 5-star rated, where on Google?
Google, correct.
And that comes in what category? Is it like travel tourism is a category, or is it
Travel.
general listing?
Travel
Category.
Correct.
So if I had to rate you against the number one, all the guys all the tour operators per se, I don't think they have got 5-star rating.
No one.
Very few people in travel industry that I am aware of, actually have this kind of a thing.
Correct.
Okay.
And it has been possible because people after the trip they think that this brand belongs to themselves, because they would have never experienced such
sense of
things in life.
belonging comes
Yeah.
in.
So they take that pride, and that's why we have retention rate for approx 75 to 80% right now.
Oh, that's wonderful. So for any business to have a retention rate of 25% is
75 to 80%.
25 is good.
Okay.
50 is great. 75, I don't know. You should not be complaining. So so if you had to pinpoint, what is that one issue that gives you sleepless nights?
One issue, yeah, I would say it's a business people dependent business.
Correct.
Entirely. It's
Correct.
not a tech dependent. It's not anything else
Correct.
dependent.
Correct.
So how to manage people is a task. Not just about the team. It's about your vendors, about people who are coming on board.
True.
So that's a thing that
So the people management is nothing but expectation management.
expectation management.
So
correct.
if you look at it, when you're, say, let's start with your customers.
Mhm.
I don't think you even consider them as customers. You consider them as friends. From what I get is that's what you look at them. मेरे दोस्तों को लेके जाता हूँ, अच्छा ट्रिप करा के आता हूँ. That's the vibe that you actually give. But let's to be grammatically correct, let's say that your clients. They come to you because they either saw an ad somewhere,
Correct.
or they heard from somebody that this is amazing, or they for some travel something they come across your Instagram or Facebook or whichever social media, and they say, oh, I should try this out.
Correct.
And I'm quite sure since it's only a weekend getaway, the cost won't be too high.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
It will be very reasonable, because when you go as a group, your cost per head comes down. Always.
Correct.
So that benefit they're getting. So it could be a multiple reason why they come to you. But once they come to you, if 75% retention is there, that means I would say almost 100% are actually happy with your service. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Now I have gone for a trip and I have liked it, but I'm a busy man. I can't go for another trip.
100%.
I have given 5-star rating, and then I've told 10 friends they would have gone for trips with the same operator. But I don't have the time.
Correct.
That's 10% people.
Okay.
Next 15% people, they'd like to go again, but maybe they say I need little more luxury.
Correct.
अभी तो मैं बस में चला गया, लेकिन flight होता तो अच्छा रहता.
100%.
That could be that category.
Correct.
So if I were to look at it, you are almost at 100% repeat business. That is one way.
Correct.
Now, second thing is, if you look at the amount of money you spend on marketing, has that reduced over the last 5 years, or you're spending the same amount, or you have increased your marketing spend?
So we have reduced in the product. Like let's say Weekend Gateway, the marketing is going lesser right now, because kind of the repeat customers we have,
Correct.
and the word of mouth business that we're getting right now.
Correct.
So at least 40% of the travelers who are coming every weekend for the Weekend Gateways, they're coming through word of mouth now.
Word of mouth.
So the cost is
So
going
cost,
up.
see, because the cost of acquiring new customer is way higher than retaining the existing customer.
Okay.
And word of mouth has two big advantages. One is you get free business. Are you giving a referral fee to your customers?
We don't.
You don't. You don't have to, because they are willfully giving that kind of referral. And the second thing that happens is that it's a kind of a endorsement.
Yes.
So you don't need Shah Rukh Khan to tell that the weekend getaway with your company is good. The person who's gone for it is telling with full authenticity.
Correct.
I remember a long time back, one of my friend wanted me to buy some product. The way he was college friends, so college friends, they don't like to be politically correct. They say, "अरे मैं बोल रहा है तू ले." That's all.
सही है.
That's his way of giving a recommendation. So
Yes.
when that happens, then your business is going in a right angle. Now what I'm sensing is that your weekend getaway business is sorted.
Sorted. Yes.
You have 12 destinations.
Yes.
And you want to expand to new locations.
Like new products now, because weekend getaway can be done only from Bangalore now. Here people have to come down to Bangalore to
Correct.
join this trip.
Correct.
So since we have gone North India now, let's say we did Ladakh last year. For that people have to fly from Bangalore or from any city,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And Ladakh is a destination done by like hundreds of companies.
Correct.
But what's the difference between we and other company would be ki we believe in delivering the experience. We're not selling Ladakh. We
True.
take a pride the way we can do Ladakh for you can't be done by anyone else. Even if you go yourself, you would not be getting that experience.
Absolutely.
So, but here people don't know the difference, right? Because you
Okay, I
you
get
have
what
multiple
you're
options.
saying. I totally get what you're saying. So whenever you have a business which is doing well, it's called the cash cow. The weekend getaway is actually your cash cow. Even if you take 1 month holiday today, your weekend getaway will not fall drastically.
Okay.
It will take 5-6 months of if your team is not able to manage in your absence for things to deteriorate. That means it is a set business.
Okay.
So your weekend getaway, if it was a separate business, it is a standalone business. You could hire a CEO and you could go and do something else.
Correct.
It is at that level,
Correct.
which is excellent. Now you want to leverage on this to get another business. So you have to be very cautious. It should not be that you are neglecting this business and entering into the big boys business where you are not yet ready.
Correct. Yeah.
So that is one thing you should be a little careful.
100%.
What I would highly recommend is that you look at the number of people who have taken your weekend services in the last weekend travel services in the last 5 years.
Yes.
Say, let us say the number is 100, 1,000, 2,000, whatever the number. Let for practical purpose 100.
Got it.
Out of that 100, how many of those people have traveled abroad? Maybe 5%.
5%.
That's your target audience. They will catch a flight and go to Ladakh. They know your experience and they are okay to fly.
Correct.
So we do not know which segment of the market you have caught. If you are looking at, from what I heard, somebody who's migrated to Bangalore, staying alone, looking for going out, he'll probably be the entry level. So the salary may not entitle them or may not give them the luxury of flying 20,000 flight going coming. It may be over their budget.
Absolutely.
Other way to look at it is, if I want to take this experience and go and tell the world, then it is a different story, and that can also be done. That requires little money.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yes.
So money solves a lot of problems that exist and that don't exist after you get the money. So what I'd suggest is, you have an existing setup. You need to do a very simple analysis. So how many people have you actually provided service for? 40,000, 50,000, 80,000, 1 lakh. I'm assuming it should be at least 1 lakh people.
25,000 and above.
25,000 and above
For weekend getaway.
for weekend getaway. So total in the last 5 years, 25,000 people
Yes.
have been taken on. So
Correct.
25,000 people, until that becomes 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, you should keep focusing on weekend getaway. First be the number one
Correct.
in your segment before jumping to other segment.
Got it.
See, because there's a normal tendency. We were discussing before the podcast. When there's a problem, I like to solve it. Once everything's stable, then I get bored.
Correct.
Happens with every entrepreneur. Happens with every manager. Happens with every leader.
Correct.
When things are growing, we are doing something, you feel you are adding value to the business.
Correct. Yes.
And when you've stabilized it, it's saying I need to add more value.
Add more
But
value.
the real value will be coming from creating this weekend getaway business as your, like the business. There should be no other tour operator doing weekend getaway.
Okay.
Then you should look at, making your people catching a flight, because your entire success came from people who will come Friday night, catch a bus with you, and Monday morning you're dropping them back.
Back to Bangalore.
That's your that's your USP, that's your strength.
Yes.
you know, it is related. You know, doing the other travel thing is related. What you can do is you can have a travel plus, saying we also do this. Also do this.
Correct.
And you can be competitive, but with today's market I don't think you can be competitive. You know, your margins in ticketing is I think 200 rupees, 300 rupees, bahut kam hai.
Correct.
If you go book a hotel, you may get 5%, 10%, whatever the things may be there. And that too, all the big players who do the ticket booking, you know, the various apps, I will not name them, they will give discount, cashback, this, that and all, and you know, it kind of works there.
Correct.
Flights, people may have some points, they may want to book directly with the airlines. So you don't have any you know, hold over there, you don't have leverage there.
Correct. But we don't want to get into the ticketing business at all, like hotel
Okay.
booking or anything. We
Okay.
want to be only in the package side.
Understood.
Selling the entire
Okay.
package.
Okay.
Like not like
So,
bus booking
so
or
just to
hotel
understand, say
booking.
you have an office in Delhi.
Correct.
You will do the same business what you're doing in Bangalore. You will do Delhi, Chandigarh, Delhi, Amritsar, Delhi, Ladakh. That kind of businesses we want to do.
No, like here, we can get away like it's a complete package where you don't have to think board the bus. We'll take care of the entire thing. Well, we drop back to you, back to Bangalore. Similar for the other segment as well. Let's say we are doing domestic trips.
Correct.
It can be like people flying to Ladakh, Meghalaya, Andamans, or any place.
Correct.
So we take care of entire thing. So
Okay.
that's another segment that we have.
Okay.
Correct. It's same for the international. We did Thailand and Bhutan last year.
Okay.
So people were flying from any city irrespective.
Correct.
Not from Bangalore only.
Correct.
So we are broadening our customer base.
Yes.
Where you have to reach a common point where people are joining from all over India now.
Correct. So my question is, if I am based in Bombay
Correct.
and I don't know about your company,
Okay.
why will I come with you for the Bangkok or Thailand trip?
The brand value we have right now.
Okay. So right now, Instagram, you have got 80,000, 1 lakh followers.
1 lakh
right?
followers, correct. Yeah.
1 lakh followers you have got. 1 lakh followers gives you the luxury that if you post something, it spreads quite well.
It does, yes.
So your content, if you can tweak your content over the next 6 to 8 months time, you can reposition yourself as the kind of company you want to be.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
Have you done anything in that angle to when you're managing your content? Are you only putting posts of your weekend getaway there most of the time?
I believe we have reduced dependency upon weekend getaways right now.
Okay.
We are trying to focus and portray as well. Yes, we are not just this. We are doing this as well.
Why not be just this?
Huh?
Why not be just weekend getaway and become the best weekend getaway company in the world?
I would not
See how I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Now, for example, I had once traveled to Cambodia.
Okay.
So I traveled. I had no clue. Actually, I had applied for a visa to Europe. It got rejected, and I had already applied for 7 days leave. So 4 days before, I called my friend who's a travel agent, and I told him, boss, where do I go without visa? He said Thailand. I said I don't want to go.
Okay.
He said then go Cambodia. Then I googled, oh, Angkor Wat I must see. That's in Siem Reap. Nothing else to do in Siem Reap.
Okay.
So we booked a flight to Phnom Penh, which is the capital, and no itinerary at all.
Okay.
2 days. Then in one more hotel was booked. So only ticket and booking and the place was done.
Correct.
The place to stay. What he also said is, since it's a new country, I will, for some $20-30 whatever, I will have your airport pickup done.
Okay.
So when I went there was some guy holding my name. I said, okay, now I don't have to fight with the taxi guys. Language is unknown. They're struggling. All that issue is not there.
Correct. Yeah.
So I went and I got into one place, and then I did walks. I went and saw the National Gallery. I was like, amazing, really. They had lovely, 8th century, 9th century idols of Shiva, Vishnu,
Wow.
Buddha. I was very interested in that.
Correct.
As I was walking there, I came across one lady selling tickets, saying in the evening they have got one of the shows, the Apsara show, where they have that full dressed up people, and it's a wonderful show, highly recommended. I went and saw that.
Wow.
When I was walking back, I was a little tired. I took a tuk-tuk, the auto rickshaw.
Got it.
Then I told him, what can we see? He said, tomorrow I'll take you to the mass graves. So I went to mass graves. I went and saw how in late 70s, when the communist regime was killing people left, right, center,
Okay.
they buried people, by the hundreds in one grave, like entire fields were dug up, dead bodies covered up, and then later United Nations went and designated this as a mass grave area. They took us to a school which was the torture area. So in this room they used to torture like this. That's the one place where I saw that generally tourists, they're like smiling. Here tourists are all like sad. So that entire experience that I had there, it just happened. Like solo traveling, that's the beauty of solo traveling. You don't know the plan, but you know the plan. And what was really interesting for me is from there I went to Siem Reap. And Siem Reap, I reached there, and then I googled, okay, what to do, Angkor Wat. Then on TripAdvisor, I got one travel thing. They said, we'll come and pick you up from the hotel. We'll take a full trip and drop you back in the evening.
Okay.
So I said, okay. So 4 a.m. I asked the reception to wake me up, wake up call. 4:30 I was ready. I come down, and very sweetly they gave me one breakfast basket.
Wow.
I took that basket, I went there. There was this Mercedes van, typically.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody there are either solo travelers or couples. There was one British couple, there was one Swedish lady. Swedish lady, she's a nurse.
Wow.
So she works for 4 months and travels the remaining time of the year. Because in the 4 months, she makes so much money that she doesn't have to work throughout.
Throughout the year.
She works in an oil rig as a nurse. So her salary is like in the nice place to be.
Got it.
Then there was another 3-4 people, all solo travelers. And the person speaking is a Cambodian guy. He was telling the story of Cambodia. He took us to Angkor Wat, showed us everything, showed us a place where that Lara Croft Tomb Raider thing happened. So the entire experience, though I was solo, I never felt that I was alone. Because always you are interacting with people. And then I realized the one observation, when you go, if we both travel together, it is us versus them.
100%.
When you are solo, it's only we.
Correct.
Because the solo travelers, if you actually observe by personality, they are people who make friends very easily. Generally, introverts, even if they go out on a solo travel, which I highly recommend, they will make friends.
Because you can't be dependent upon anyone.
The moment you have somebody next to you, you are dependent. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Something happens
you
and you
come out of
don't
that
open
zone
up.
itself, right? If you travel with a friend, like you have this thought, he's there or she's there.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
If there's no one,
Correct.
you will go out.
Correct.
And trust me, we have seen many solo travelers coming who are introverts.
Yes.
Trust me, they have changed their perspective.
Absolutely.
They were like, we used to think that we can't speak or we can't do this.
Correct.
But just by coming on the trip, we realized we can.
Absolutely.
It's just that we are holding ourselves. We're thinking what other people gonna think. So
I always say that introverts are introvert in a particular environment.
Correct.
You change the environment and they will change.
They will change 100%.
100%. So a community kind of travel actually gives a wonderful experience.
Correct.
So the experience that you get a community travel, like if you look at a guided tour. Say for example, maybe in the 80s, 90s, the most famous was go and see Europe in 6 days. In 6 days, whatever the various travel companies, they would take a whole gang of 150 Indians with Indian breakfast in the hotel where they are staying. Guide will speak in English, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Kannada, Tamil, Indian language. So that entire experience, you go spend 6 days in Europe. You don't talk to any of the locals. You don't try the local food.
Correct.
Unless you're a true foodie, you'll say, I'm skipping tomorrow's breakfast. I want to try something. So when you go as a community, one biggest aspect is that people get the feel, get the comfort of a guided tour.
Yes.
At the same time, because it's a community over there, they are actually having a good time.
Good time.
So that is your real USP.
Yes, and since now the world is evolving, we are not living in a structure where there's a thing called family now, because everyone has moved out for their work, for the or maybe for studies right now. So we are coming out of that societal norms out of it. So people need to have someone around them, right?
Correct.
They need to humans need to interact with humans.
Yes.
Humans can't be dependent upon tech.
Correct.
To even if you provide any tech for them, that's it.
Correct.
So human has to be around human so that they can feel home. That's what I believe in.
Absolutely.
And this community travel experience provides that.
Correct.
So you need to be around people to discuss things, to vent out or anything, so that you feel relieved.
To gossip.
To gossip.
In human beings' innate reason to survive. In fact, if you read some of the good books like *Sapien* is there,
Yes.
The Evolution of Humans. He says that because we gossiped, one fellow say no, in that tribe, this they're doing that gossip. That these guys evolved, and humans typically cannot be proper in groups bigger than 150.
Okay.
Typically, 150 was the size of a very small village. 150 was the size of a tribe. 150 was the size of a community.
Okay.
Moment it crosses 150, then politics starts. 2 people want to be the leader. 3 people want to. Then all those issues what we are facing today comes because of large number of people aggregating in one place, like Bangalore, like Bombay, like New York, like London.
Yes.
in village system, every village was isolation. One will be born there, dead there. He just knows there's 4 people around him, same friends. Very rarely, in fact, that time somebody will be a traveler. They'll be called Pardesi.
Okay.
दूसरा देश से आया ना,
दूसरे देश से,
Pardesi.
correct, हाँ.
So if somebody came from outside settled, he'll get the surname Pardesi. He'll stay there.
Okay.
So it was so isolated.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the drawbacks of that was people never got the exposure.
Exposure was not there, 100%.
Today, genetically we are not tuned, because last 10,000 years, right from the caveman time, we had a cave, 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, max 100 people. That was the entire life. Humans were designed for that only. 100, 150 people, very comfortable. Now we are put, from here you cross the road and go to the metro, it will be 150 people you will cross.
Easily.
So when you look at a community, typically your community size would be 25 to 35 people at a time. Maybe
Yeah, minimum 12, maximum 25.
12 to 25, yes. It's
yes.
below 25.
Yes.
So that's very interesting. When I was doing training and coaching, I used to always have a team, the group cannot be more than 25.
Yes.
Because you cannot address more than 25 people one-to-one. The moment it's 100 member, 500 people, then the way you do your public speaking changes.
Correct.
You can have 200 people fully engrossed in what you're saying, but it won't be one-on-one.
One-on-one.
When it is 25 people, even if you're addressing the group, each person can be given the feeling that you're addressing them personally.
Personally, 100%.
Even though you're not, taking their name and talking to them directly. It could be through eye contact, it could be through, interacting with one person in front, interacting there. So, it creates a sense of a small group.
A small group.
So, when you do a community travel, in my opinion, what you should be doing is to continue this, expand it more. Like for example, one weekend, 12 destinations is what you have.
Correct.
Right? Can't you have 4 groups per destination in the same weekend with 4 captains and 4 buses with little jugglery here and there? I'm just asking.
Yeah, we do have. We have.
You do that.
Already tried. We have we tried everything, reaching the maximum possible potential in the terms of volume. But now we don't want to stretch because we don't want to lose out on the quality of the experience that we did.
How will the quality go down if you have multiple groups going to the same destination in different buses? They are not interacting with each other.
See what happens, we don't control the destinations, right?
Okay.
So let's say one activity has to be done by such people. We are the one who are sending 100 people over there. So the time to do everything would be much more there.
Okay.
Right.
So if you say, I'll put it, suppose you are a tour operator, I am a tour operator, we both are into the weekend game.
Correct.
You have taken an entire group of 25 people to Dandeli.
Correct.
I am also taking to Dandeli.
Correct.
So now there are 50 people. 2 separate tour operators.
Tour operators, correct.
Still everybody does everything smoothly and comes back, right? Or it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem only on the long weekends or the holidays time,
When
like
the
some
volume is
festive
higher.
festive
Correct.
time. Yeah.
Correct.
Normal weekends, it won't be a problem at all.
Okay.
But here, the concept is, see, we want to build a niche where we want to have that. This is the maximum number that we're going to hold for a destination and deliver 100% experience.
No, my question is different.
Okay.
My question is that if you do that, you will be limited to these 12, 14 destinations. Now you cannot create destinations.
We can't.
You cannot say, let's go to Hosur and come.
No.
What will you go doing there? It has to be a proper destination.
Correct. Yeah.
So these 12 destinations would be probably Coorg, Chikmagalur, Uti,
Yes. Kodaikanal,
Wayanad,
Munnar,
Hampi,
Pondicherry,
Gokarna,
Dandeli,
Dandeli,
Udupi, and the last one would be Munnar.
So you have got other than most of them are mountain locations.
So yeah, most of the mountain, Udupi, Gokarna and Pondicherry is the beach destination. Hampi is a heritage site.
Hampi is a different thing.
Correct.
Now, how many people actually would rate Hampi as the best experience as a percentage? Out
People
of 100
who are travelers, they rate like
very high.
very high. The people who are tourists, they don't.
Traveler and tourist are two different
That's the
things.
difference.
Oh, I should get that on a shirt. I'm a traveler, not a tourist.
Not a tourist, correct.
That would be good merchandise idea for your business.
I think I should think
You should
about
start making t-shirts. I'm a traveler, not a
it.
tourist.
Not a tourist, correct. Yeah.
Solo travel X, community travel tick mark. I mean, so many ideas are there. get some creative agency to just create all sorts of ideas and start selling the t-shirts also on your Insta.
So now we, apart from the weekend get, what was thinking like, see, why to expand out of India or maybe out South India? Because since now you see that there is a race to travel outside.
Yes.
People, they don't want to be restricted within a part of the country.
Correct.
They want to go to another country, try new experiences,
Correct.
new
Correct.
cultures, see new culture, try new cuisines.
Correct.
So that's what's happening. So even if you expand the volume, you're losing out on the customer, losing out on the clients,
Yes,
right?
yes. So you see where I am coming from is that the total number of customers serviced in the last 5 years is 25,000.
Correct.
That is too small, according to me.
2 years was the COVID time.
Oh, so you minus that. So in 3 years you have done 25,000.
Correct.
So annually you are doing about 10 to 12,000 customers.
Approximately 8 to 10,000. Yes.
So 1,000 a month.
Yes.
1,000 a month, 4 weekend is 250 per weekend. That's 10 destinations, 25 people.
Correct.
That is like the cap. You cannot do more unless you get more destinations.
More destinations.
So that is there. So what if? Now I'm just thinking aloud. You have done Udupi, you have done Gokarna.
Correct.
Somewhere in between there will be some other unknown beach which nobody's heard of.
So that's a very niche market. If you have to operate off, like see, we tried this called offbeat weekend gateway as well.
Okay.
But the turn-up of the people is hardly.
Nobody wants to go there.
Because people is like, we want to try the place which is already tried. So,
okay. So repeat business. Suppose I came to Gokarna, I'll come again to Gokarna, or I'll come to Hampi, I'll come to
they'll
Munnar.
try all the destinations.
They'll try. So 12 destinations.
They'll try all the destinations.
So how many customers do you have on record who have done all your 12 destinations?
Minimum it would be 55 to 60% of the people who tried everything.
Tried. So almost all your people have tried all the destinations.
All the
and now they want to go back again.
Correct.
So now you are stuck. So you have to change destination.
You have to bring something new for them.
From them you could not get get them to get to your offbeat destinations.
Offbeat destination, because see, offbeat also we can have the places. So they'll be like, let's say we have gone to Gokarna, we have gone to Udupi. Why should we go to another beach? It should be the same, right? Because they're
very similar. Yeah.
Very similar.
Then you'll have to take them to Kovalam Beach, Kerala, or boat housing or something like that. You'll have to look
but
at.
that's not possible in the weekend. The travel is very high. The travel time in the distance.
Yes,
so
you
you have to have like plan the things which is around 500 kilometer maximum.
Correct.
Because you have to bring it back on Monday, and they should not be tired.
True. So like if say for example Bangalore as a hub, this is typical hub and spoke model.
Correct.
So from Bangalore an overnight journey you can go Chennai, that is Pondicherry you can go Hampi, you can go Hyderabad, you can go Goa, you can go Gokarna, you can go Kerala also to North Kerala probably Kannur you can reach.
Correct.
Kannur you can reach.
Correct.
So that's the limitation. So if you recreate this entire thing again in another city, say for example Bombay. From Bombay you can go Matheran, you can go Panchgiri, you can go Pune, you can go Lonavala, Khandala, then Chiplun, all those areas are there.
Okay.
Suppose you go to a Delhi, you can go Chandigarh, Amritsar, multiple locations are there. But what will happen is your Bangalore customers are still stuck.
Correct, yeah.
So only way you can expand with your speciality is to get more destinations.
More destinations.
Which is not there.
Correct.
So there's a limitation. So that's the limitation. So any business will have a total universe. There's only 100 people who need this service.
Correct.
Like when I started my first business, I was India's first real estate coach.
Okay.
I trained about 11,000 people pan-India. And then I came to realization that there are no more brokers, no more people who want to pay to learn.
Pay to learn.
Free ka bhashan to sab sun lenge. Oh, you are very entertaining, they will listen. But then, in order to expand a business, I realized, I have reached the market. That's the market, 11, 12,000 people, that's it. Maybe if I would have changed my language to Hindi, it would have maybe been 10 times more. But my strength was in teaching really good concepts in English.
Okay.
So I understood that, this is the cap of the market. Beyond this,
you can't
as many people are there, it is there. Then I had to pivot and change what I was doing.
Okay.
So my fear is that you may have plateaued in this segment.
Correct.
Now how can you, all these customers who are there, you want to give some other service because you have this 25,000-30,000 customers of yours. Correct? So the thought process is very, very correct.
Yes.
So now when you are choosing another sub-segment within travel, right? One way is to choose travel. Second is to say that, okay, these 25,000, let me do your house interior. It's the same thing. Because, it may sound silly, because what you're offering to them, there are 500 fellows offering that, and you're not an expert in that. Okay. It is just that, it is similar in some angle. A weekend getaway is a business by itself. Okay. Like for example, car rental. You had a company which was bike rental.
Bike rental.
So in the car rental, you have got a Zoom car which gives you maybe a Mahindra XUV. You drive to a destination, drive back, leave the car or whatever you do there.
Yes.
Then you have a caravan.
Mm-hmm.
You can rent it for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Go drive wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You drive. Go reach Jaipur, and you leave it there and fly back. Somebody else will get it back. That's a different business altogether.
100%.
So Zoom car cannot directly plug and play jump into that business. It will have to tweak a lot of things, and the customers who take this may not take that.
Yeah.
So you don't have a distinct advantage
Mm-hmm.
of entering that standard tour operator, long distance. There's no advantage you have.
No.
You are at maybe 5% benefit above me starting the business.
Yes.
So if I start from scratch, it will take me 2 years to create that database of people who I can sell.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, I may give more discounts, I may give more freebies,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, or make false promises and get more people to join me, and I may outshoot you in that business.
Yes.
So what you will probably have to look at is how many of these people
Mm-hmm.
are traveling without telling you to other destinations. How will you find that out?
Maybe do research like what is the last travel they had.
Yes.
What is like last travel or what is
Simple
the place
Google
in
form.
travel? Yeah, Google
Simple
form.
Google form, but why will they fill the Google form? What's their incentive?
Incentive, give them a voucher. Because
But
once
they've
they
already
come-
utilized all the services you've given them.
Maybe you're launching something new and they can utilize for that because people are excited.
I'll give you one hack.
Okay.
Okay, this works all the time. So you draft a mail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is recorded. You can take it later. So you draft a mail. Say, dear esteemed customer, ideally, dear Mr. So and so, dear Miss So and so,
Mhm.
as our esteemed customer, we are always looking at our best way to give you the best of services.
Mhm.
For this, we wanted your opinion,
Mhm.
and we'd be very happy if you could give us some suggestions
Mhm.
as to which would be a destination that you've been wanting to travel,
Mhm.
but have not been able to travel for whatever reason.
Got it.
Okay, then below that, like a Google form, name of destination,
Mhm.
and why you were not able to travel.
Got it.
So suppose 100 people answer that,
Mhm.
and out of 125 people have the same reason.
Mhm.
They become one group,
One group, correct.
and then there'll be that's in your control. You can choose whom to put where, and then you can say, I'm creating this group with
Mhm.
all the 25 people who had the same reason. Say, I didn't get time. That's a reason.
Yes.
Or no, I didn't have budget. That's a reason.
Mhm.
So 25 people who didn't have budget,
Mhm.
you can have a backpacking trip for them.
Yes.
Say we will put you in all the youth hostels.
Mm-hmm.
Your cost becomes low.
About you.
Standard is good. We have personally gone traveled. We've seen everything. It is safe also.
Mhm.
There are so many hostels where you can stay.
Mhm.
There are posh hostels also nowadays. It's a posh version of a hostel where you can really go and stay, have a good time,
Yes.
and you can create a different kind of tour for them
Mhm.
and present it to them. So test marketing is very important.
Correct.
I would go one step ahead.
Mhm.
If you have 1 lakh people on Instagram,
Mhm.
you can really use that
Mhm.
by interacting with them to find out what's in their mind.
Yes.
You just need to give them some incentive to fill in the form and give an answer
Mhm.
to what they want, what you want to get to know from them,
Mhm.
and then let your customer, that's your tribe,
Mhm.
let your customer take you to where they want to go,
Mhm.
and you are basically enabling them because you've got an infrastructure, you have got the connections, and you can create the connections.
Correct.
Today, if I want to go to Ladakh, I went 2015.
Mhm.
So 2015, I went to Ladakh, 1 week trip,
Mhm.
and we went for a week, and I wasn't very keen on driving on my own, because moment I went there, my head started paining because of the high
Famous,
altitude.
yeah.
So then we spoke to some people we knew there, and from the defense, they recommended one contractor. He gave us one Tata Arya with
Okay.
one local driver, and he was the best guide ever. He told us
Yes.
every story. Then he took us to places which we had not even researched about. So that's the advantage of
Right.
having the experienced guy.
Correct.
So we went to this village called Da. Da and Hanu are very famous for the Aryan villages.
Yes.
Apparently, they are the descendants of Alexander, who came during the Greek army. They ran away and hid in the hills.
Okay.
And typical, they've got that very Aryan features.
Okay.
And we went and visited that. We went and saw so many things which we had not even researched. And when we would drive, he would say, "Sir, this mountain is called what? Moon landing mountain or something, because the terrain is like the moon."
Okay.
So then he made us stop, take one touristy photo there. So a lot of touristy stuff he make us do.
Uh-huh.
But had we just gone there without our planning,
Mhm.
we would have just sat there, seen 5 things, 6 things, eaten some food and come back.
Come back.
That experience wouldn't be there. Or we'd have to ask the locals.
Mhm.
And a local giving advice, like if you, I've been in Bangalore for 20 years. If somebody comes and asks me, tell me good 5 things to do in, Bangalore. As a tourist, I do not know what to tell them.
Okay.
Or I say, oh, Lal Bagh, go see Lal Bagh flower show, I may say. Go to Bannerghatta National Park. I can't think of anything else.
Yes.
Go for a walk in Kaban Park, I don't know. I don't know what to recommend.
Correct.
But if you tell me what are the good things to do in Goa, I will tell you, because I have gone there as a tourist.
Tourists, yes.
I know exactly which places what is good. So that guidance that they get when they go to a different place is what you are actually providing.
Correct. Yeah.
One is
Local
the
knowledge.
community. One is the community. See, most tour operators are just ticketing agents.
Yes.
They ticket and mera ticket ho gaya, then
Package-
you are a dick.
Yeah, the package is sold now.
If you have a good experience, you come back to me. But there's zero loyalty there.
100%.
Unless the service level is such, like suppose you get into trouble, like somebody's traveling abroad and they lose their passport.
Passport.
What are they supposed to do then? Do you know the process?
Normal people would know.
I have gone through it, so I'll tell you.
Normal people would not know that. Yeah.
So
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
actually very simple.
Yeah.
This happened in 2003, 2004. I was
Okay.
working for a MNC company, and I was based in Bombay. Head office was Delhi, so we all had to fly to Delhi, and from Delhi we had to go to Kathmandu for a 3-day retreat.
Okay.
So when we left Bombay, they told us that your driver license is okay to travel to Nepal. You don't need passport. So we went to driver license, went there.
Okay.
At Delhi airport, they said, "Sir, your rule change ho gaya hai. You need passport."
Or
Then what, we cannot be left behind. So then we spoke, requested, CEO went and spoke to them, and then they said, okay, if you can get a Xerox of the passport, we'll allow you to go, but to come back you need a travel document. What is travel document? Nobody knows.
Okay.
So I called my friend. I said, go to the neighbor, take the key, go to the cupboard का चाबी इधर ऊपर है वो निकालो, open करो, take my passport, take a photo, fax it. Because 2003 we didn't have WhatsApp, it was fax.
Facts.
So he faxed it to Delhi airport at that PCO, the public booth. I took the fax, submitted, and we went.
Okay.
Then when everybody went to see Pashupatinath temple, 4 of us who didn't have passport, we took one taxi, went to Indian Embassy.
Okay.
Indian Embassy we went, and we paid some 250 rupees per head, and we got a document. B.M. Punacha is a citizen of India. I have verified his passport photocopy. Please allow him to travel.
Okay.
एक ऐसा document आता है with Indian Embassy stamp.
Okay.
It was a learning. Many people have traveled 10 countries, 20 countries, don't know this simple thing. If you lose your passport, go to the Indian Embassy. They will give you a travel document so you can come back home.
Okay.
Your visa is gone, water stamps are there, or your memories are all gone with the passport. You will get a new passport. In fact, the Indian Embassy even has a authority to make a passport and give you.
All right.
They have it. So these are the things international travelers may not even know.
100%.
Like one hack, what I do whenever I travel is the passport, tickets, booking of all the hotels, everything I scan it, put it in my Gmail.
It has to be there.
It is so Gmail will always be there.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, you can keep it on phone, you can keep it on everything you lose, you can always log in. You remember a password, you can log in, you can get it there.
Correct.
So that kind of hacks. So all that is a issue that people are not aware. So one angle is that if you want to slowly evolve into the full-fledged operator,
Correct.
you have to start educating your customers. And the beauty about the education kind of content, it gets shared more, it gets saved more.
Yes.
That gives you more. So your aim before you look at expanding your businesses into the other angles, you have already utilized this. I know you're in the verge of saying that I may lose these 20,000 people who have already done all 12 destinations. My best customers I may lose. I may lose it to XYZ.
Correct.
How do I retain them? I don't know exactly what you can do, but definitely the angle should be you start positioning yourself as a person who does everything. And I also am the best in weekends.
Correct.
I'm also the best. And if you're able to successfully do that, you just have to replicate this in multiple cities.
Multiple cities.
So say if you go to a Delhi has migratory population. They will want to go to destinations. Chandigarh is there nearby. All those locations are there.
Correct.
Go to a Pune. Go to a which other places? Go Hyderabad. Hyderabad. Where will you go from Hyderabad? You can go to Indore. You can go to your what are those? In Madhya Pradesh, you have got all the tiger reserves. That kind of jungle tourism can be done. So every location, like for example, if you look at any city, there will be a place where everybody goes. Yeah. Local. Say for Bangalore, there are 5-6 destinations because of location. Which 12 destinations, which we just mentioned. Like that, every city you'll have to see which are the top ones and start the weekend getaways there. And that becomes your feeder for your main business.
But the weekend getaway, the issue is it's not for all the cities. See,
Exactly.
Bangalore lifestyle is like Monday to Friday.
Correct.
So it suits. If you want to
Correct.
operate same thing in, let's say, Bhopal or Lucknow,
No, it will not work.
It won't, because
So,
their lifestyle and the schedule is
that's
totally
what
different.
I'm telling. Only cities where migratory population is high.
Yeah,
So
correct.
Pune is there,
Pune.
Hyderabad is there,
Hyderabad, Delhi,
Delhi,
Mumbai.
Bombay of course is there.
Correct.
You can even experiment with Chennai.
Chennai as well.
Doing
Yes.
a Pondicherry trip or Mahabalipuram trip or something is possible.
Yes.
But you'll have 2 or 3 destinations. Maybe a little bit towards Ooty side, you may be able to do Chennai, Ooty.
Mhm.
It may work because now, if you look at the population in Chennai, I've been going to Chennai quite often in the last 2 years.
Mhm.
People are speaking Hindi with me,
Oh,
which is a big, not surprise.
but that's a good thing.
It is something that has changed in that city.
Mhm.
It's becoming more cosmopolitan. It was a very reserved, conservative city
Mhm.
all these years.
Yes.
I have observed, auto fellows speaking to me in Hindi.
Oh.
They are struggling. Like how our, in Bangalore, the Kannada-speaking auto guys, they struggle, but they want to help you out. They want to speak in your language.
Yes.
His Hindi may not be good, but he's making an effort to,
Effort to
speak so that the
guide you.
person comes can understand what he's saying.
Mhm.
He may be asking extra money in Hindi. That's a different story, but still he's trying his best to communicate.
Yes.
I saw that trend happening in Chennai as well.
Oh, that's great.
Like, see, if you go to Bombay,
Mhm.
that has gone through all these phases maybe 50, 80 years ago. So it is super professional.
Yes.
You doesn't matter whether you speak English, you speak Marathi, Hindi, or any language. You are German, you are Gujarati, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
You just go to the auto fellow, say Bandra, he'll say Bandra, Kidhar, so and so. He'll drop you, meter, paisa, done. They're so professional.
Yes.
That is like the ultimate form of auto rickshaw index.
Yes.
Bangalore, you have no half return, no 20 rupees extra. Chennai was like, no, meter gumai 40 rupees. That was how it was that bad. 15, 20 years back, it was
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
Traveling in an auto, it was terrible in Chennai.
Oh.
They were the most notorious people of all.
Oh.
Because Rajnikant was an auto rickshaw driver and he had put a dialogue that मैं मीटर से नहीं लीटर से चलता हूँ. And they all thought they were Rajnikant.
Oh.
And they behaved that way. And it was terrible to get an auto. In fact,
Alright.
after Ola Uber came, they kind of, it fizzled out and, they were not able to, because the dependency on autos reduced.
Correct.
Metros coming, Ola Uber coming, the dependency on autos have reduced. So maybe that has, toned them down a little bit. But I was actually surprised. People in Chennai were communicating to me in English, in Hindi.
Oh, that's
And of course, everyone else English they know.
Mhm.
So Tamil and English was for the educated class, and the people are not very well educated, not exposed. They are even trying their little bit. They are trying to speak in Hindi, which was a very surprising thing, which for me, because I have seen Chennai, 30 years ago, 25 years ago also,
Okay.
and it's very different.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is that wherever migratory population is there, you'll have to do research and look at those destinations.
Got it.
Maybe you just have one group of 25 people,
Mhm.
but you have a presence over there.
Okay.
Now, having presence costs money.
It does.
Costs money. So, if you know your operations cost for a small office in a city, you should be able to replicate it in other cities.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, there would be only the top 7 or 8 cities where you could look at this kind of business to run. So,
Okay.
you have Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore,
Pune, Hyderabad.
Pune, Hyderabad,
Chennai.
Chennai, 6. I would add not even no place in Kerala, not even Mangalore.
Mhm.
Calcutta, definitely no. There's
No.
not travel happening there. Yeah, that's about it. Only 6 cities. So you can max have 6 cities where you do this business. But from the same 6 cities is, if you actually look at it,
Mhm.
is where the maximum international travel happens.
Yes.
Right? So I think the direction is right.
Mhm.
Now, if you want to expand 5 more offices,
Mhm.
5 more offices. Actually, in Bangalore, you are in South Bangalore.
South Bangalore.
You should have an office in North Bangalore. That's it.
But here the business, it's all online business. Here we don't have any interaction with the customers
Correct?
in like
Customers
office.
never come to your office. Your office
Yes.
doesn't matter at all.
Correct. Yeah. It's about the presence that you have online.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
It's a-
So it's a
entirely
purely
on-
online engagement to get the customer and then directly meet me at the pickup point.
Pick a point. Correct.
Okay. So when you want to move into the other business,
Correct.
which is where you want to move in, you have to have a good lounge. You should have people will come meet. They will sit. You'll have to discuss. Okay, my budget is 80,000.
Correct.
What best can I do?
Correct.
Then there will be a relationship manager. The cost is very high to do that.
Correct.
You need people with travel tourism experience, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years experience who will sit, interact with them, either through a call center
Mhm.
or through a face to face.
Correct.
If you do face to face, you are that VIP, City Gold kind of a treatment where you have a relationship managers and wherever you will travel, concierge service kind.
Correct.
Very high end, you are not in that segment.
Not yet.
See, a bank can do that. A five-star hotel can do that because
Yes.
the profile of customers there, it allows that.
Yes, and even I believe right now the people don't have time to go through all this process. Like, okay, I want to go to this destination, let's say any country. You send me a plan this out. I'll pay money. I'll just take my flight and fly out. Because people don't have time nowadays at all.
True.
Like, people have money, but time is.
So you don't find that one KitKat customer who asks 500 questions before signing in?
That's hardly like, let's out of 100, that would be 5%.
5%. That's wonderful.
That's really less right now. And see, now the new generation which is coming into travel, they just want everything to be sorted. Everything should be take based.
Correct.
And it's just like, get sorted with my plan. I'll just take my flight and I'll just land. I'll just explore and come back. So they don't want to have that experience
So
where they want to visit office.
They want to take the school bus. They don't want to catch a public bus and go and get off and take an auto or take a metro and go. That's what they want to do.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So they want a guided tour. In a way, they want it to be as guided as possible with the a little bit of freedom to do what they want.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
When at the same time you see the generation, like the people who are crossing 40 or 50s, the children are not nearby right now. Correct. So even they need assistance in travel.
Oh, okay.
Right, because we are having that gap. What used to happen 10, 12 years before.
You actually brought in a very interesting thing because I had a podcast with one of the companies which does for lack of any other word, assisted living. Most of the people beyond the age of 55, 60, the children are already out somewhere and they are doing community-based living for them.
Okay.
Right? It's not an old age home. It's not a place where you just go dump your parents. It's they have by choice. They are paying for it and then they are going and staying there.
Correct.
And I also know another very old friend of mine, colleague of mine, who was doing something with the people who are beyond the age of 60 for travel. So it's called the Silver Surfers Club. So they would have a community of 20-25 people above the age of 60, take them for a travel.
Correct.
Because that's a different segment, different business altogether.
100%.
So you will have to identify which segment you want to be.
Correct.
Now you have chosen this particular segment, which is weekend travelers. So age group may be 23 to 32 max.
32, yeah.
32, that's your age group.
Okay.
In the next 5 years, they will be 29 to 35. 29 to almost 40.
40, correct.
So their requirements will be different.
Change.
So you will have to slowly evolve.
Evolve the products.
And you have to keep doing that weekend because that's your bread and butter.
Bread and butter, yes.
So once you have done the 12 destinations,
correct, yeah.
One way you can put it, you can make it, this is like top secret, but it's in a podcast, so everybody will know.
Yes.
You can be part of your company's private, travel group only if you have done all the 12 destinations.
Yes.
By invite only.
On that line, we have already done it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So it's one level higher than loyalty.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's called Singles Only Trip. That we launched.
Single?
So only trip. Here you can't book. We will let you know the destination. You have to apply. We want to verify your profile, everything. Then we accept your application where you will be part of this trip or not.
Oh.
And here we allow only solo people. We don't allow if you want to come with a friend. It's not allowed.
Oh, okay.
Because we want people coming for that experience that they want to meet people right now.
Understood. And
And
the destination doesn't matter. Actually.
Destination doesn't matter, and even the way we operate, it's very different. Here
Correct.
we want to make sure that we build connections at
Correct.
the destinations.
Correct.
And here it's not like 2 days, 3 days. It's a longer trip that we do because we need time to develop that bond.
Got it.
We can't have 100% bond within 2
Correct,
days.
correct.
So we need more time as well.
So you're trying to look at the not so professional solo travelers. Like a professional solo traveler will like just tuck meet everybody and he'll be in a different. You're hoping that they go as introverts, come back as extroverts.
Extrovert, and they build connections as well, like real connections. So that's what we're trying to do.
Anyone got married through this system?
We have had on weekend getaway trips itself.
Good.
Yeah, so we launched this trip for Valentine's Day because we wanted to be quirky enough.
Correct.
It's called Singles Only Trip for Valentine's, and we launched 2 destinations. One was Goa and another was Pondicherry.
Okay.
Both the beach destinations.
Correct.
And trust me, we launched only 20 slots. We got 600 applications.
Wow.
We rejected people here. We rejected, but because we wanted to have just 20 people,
correct.
So that we try it out.
How many were qualified for it? Out of the 600, like at least 10% would be say that me and my friend want to come, so they are rejected. But how many genuine people could have gone if there was no upper limit?
80%.
80%.
More
So, but
what
400-500 people
would have
potentially were ready to give you some money, and you said no.
Correct.
That's a wonderful place to be.
So this is the one segment that we are trying to build, and here is a local based experience. So if you have watched a movie called Kantara, right? So we launched one trip for Kola.
To go see the Kola. Okay, wow.
So we launched, again, these are experience based trips. We're trying to bring experience at a destination. And here you're not allowed to book. We want to verify profile and call you, get to know about you, whether you are actually coming in that perspective.
Got it.
So we are trying to build this new segment right now. It's called experience based trips.
I think that is the way to go. I'll tell you why. You already have a set base of 25,000 people or 30,000 people and be growing, every weekend it's growing by at least 100, 200 people. New people are joining it.
Correct, yes.
They have already seen 12 destinations. You have to give them more destinations.
Yes.
Like, see, this going and seeing one Kola in Dakshin Karnataka is a different experience altogether.
Correct.
You even as a tourist you go, and I have seen it I come from Coorg, so that happens a lot there. So I have seen it firsthand.
Correct.
But as a tourist, some people will look at it and laugh. Acting kar raha hai. Some people have seen the movie, will have some perspective that okay, there's something. Let me just see the experience and go.
Correct.
So avoiding that category 1 and getting only category 2 is what you verify.
Yes.
So if I say I believe in architecture, I want to see ancient architecture, you'll say we are doing a trip to Hampi.
Correct.
How will you verify that I'm genuine about it?
So genuine about it, that's very hard for sure, because what happens, people can lie and come out down.
Yes.
So let's say here you try to at least we are sure that 90% people who would be coming, who have interest, and for the 10% people, our captains will manage because they're trained enough to control people.
Correct. How many captains do you have?
Currently 46 captains.
46 captains. So at a time you can do 46 tours if you choose to.
We can.
Okay. Nice. So now, what's your, the big problem that you initially said is that you want to expand and you want to go into travel tourism. I would recommend do that after you have reached 100,000 people.
100,000 people, okay.
100,000 people served.
Okay.
At least one trip. I come one trip, I am one of that 1 lakh people. You should not go into that, the main thing, of doing the international travel now. Rather, you should focus on experience based. Now, experience based, the beauty is you can go back to the same destination. Like, for example, doing a trip to Goa versus doing a trip to Goa to attend a full moon party is different.
Yes.
The category of people coming for the second one is going to be different than from the first one.
Correct.
First one will not come again and again with you. They have done it, it's over. Right? Also, you must have a mechanism to track who traveled with whom.
Okay.
So, 2 of us are there in, say, group number 136. And there will be a group photo.
Okay.
At the end of every trip, you will have a group photo.
Yes.
So, you can actually identify, you cannot do it manually, it is not worth doing it manually, but if you could do it, this is what the outcome I want. If you can identify that, okay, group 136, the same group 136 who went to, say, Gokarna, we are going to do a trip to Pondicherry, but only if all of you 25 people say, yes, we'll do the trip.
Okay.
And tell me when. So, it becomes more personal.
Okay.
It is nothing, you are just pitching. It's saying that we are doing Gokarna, we are doing Pondicherry, are you interested? Because you have gone to Gokarna here. But the thing you are giving extra is we'll give you the same group. Or choose one person that you want to choose from the group who you want to be here. Okay. Meet your old friend who you met 8 months back or 1 year back. So that way what happened, the interaction that they will have with you is going to be like, relationship manager is supposed to have.
Yeah.
Because today what is happening, it is business. You're saying that, okay, you did Gokarna, why don't you do Pondicherry? Okay, so Gokarna, the people who came. Or you say that, no, we are doing a trip only for people who have done 10 destinations and they are short of 2 to reach 12 destinations. So you are eligible for going to Gokarna. Would you be interested?
Correct.
Along with you, in your group, 7 people had come who are also eligible. We are going to invite them. They may come, may not come. We don't know.
Correct.
Once they confirm, we'll let you know. So it becomes very personal.
Correct.
It's like your credit card with your name written on it, and credit card with name and your photo written on it. Which is better?
With the name.
If the name is there.
Yes.
It
gets more personal.
It gets very personal.
Correct.
If you have any product, like if you give a boarding pass without a name, just with your customer ID, or your checkbook does not have a name written on it, people are we are used to seeing our name again and again.
Correct.
Right? If you can make this selection process more transparent and more public, that would be crazy. Imagine on Instagram you are releasing, okay, the people selected for the Gokarna trip are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, their names and they are tagged below.
Okay.
I mean, you can go crazy when it comes to what you can do on social media.
Yes.
Of course, before announcing the name, you'll have to say your name is you're selected. Are you okay if we publicly do that? Take a disclaimer from them. There's a process in that.
Yes.
Or in your booking form itself, if you get selected for this, you are giving your approval for us to publish your handle on this. It's a private handle. Nobody can just enter in that. So that's not a problem as such.
Correct.
But that is what is going to put you into a different league.
Mm-hmm.
You will be the most sought after company
Mm-hmm.
for a purchase by the big boys.
Got it. Yes.
So right now you have 25,000 customers served.
Mm-hmm.
How to go to 100,000 from Bangalore office itself is take these 25,000 people
Mm-hmm.
and take them to different destinations, experience-based destinations.
Got it.
So I think that's a wonderful idea.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many festivals happening in so many places, which is good just one day.
Okay.
So you go the night, spend a day, next night you take a bus back and come back. So you go, or you make it 2 trips, 2 locations, close by locations.
Mm-hmm.
You could even look at you can also go one step ahead. Within Bangalore, there are so many things you can do for 5 hours, 6 hours.
Correct.
We also have, for example, the Groundnut Festival happens in Basangudi.
Yes.
499 rupees, take 100 fellows and do a guided tour there. Somebody will know, somebody can speak, or 20 people group just go take, like how those Japanese tourists with the flag they walk around. Have you seen that? The guided tour is there, that guide, the captain will have a long flag and they all can see the flag and follow the flag.
Correct.
Something like that if you can do local. Do a walk in Lal Bagh.
So yes,
199 rupees or free or whatever.
On that
That
we have-
interaction is very
we
important.
We have already launched called Namma Meetup by Tripper Trails.
Superb.
So it's another thing where the people who are not able to travel because people don't have time or
Correct.
they might not have money to spend every weekend on a trip or travel, right?
Correct, yes.
But people want
If they have money to travel every weekend, they won't be coming to you.
Correct.
They'll be directly catching a flight once in 2-3 months and going abroad, or spending it on more expensive outlets. I think you have fit the right budget. You're giving a product which people need
Mhm.
and it's affordable. If I may ask, what's your average weekend billing? Like if I'm a person,
starts from 4.5 goes up to 6.5.
4.5 to 6.5. Superb. No, that's really good, really affordable. And the value that they get is their travel is taken care of. Maybe a couple of meals is also taken.
Meals, yeah,
Stay is also taken care of.
An entire thing.
And stay is decent. You're not putting them in some shady hotel, right?
Not at all. Experience-based stays. Again, the
Correct.
best part. Let's say if you're going to Wayanad,
Yeah.
we're staying in a hilltop where you can see the valley itself.
Wow.
If you're going to Chikmagalur, you will be staying in a coffee estate property,
Wow.
so that you
Yeah.
experience that how a coffee estate life looks like.
Correct,
If you're in Gokarna, you'll be staying where you can experience beach.
Correct.
So yeah, that's what we are different because we don't take you just for the sake that we have to take you there.
Yeah, yeah.
Our stays are planned in such a way that you feel that yes, you are in Coorg.
Correct.
So
correct.
if you are going to Coorg, you will be in a coffee estate where might not be a network,
Correct,
but
correct.
at least you'll have that vacation or the break that you
Correct,
wanted.
correct. And you'll tell them don't walk here and there. Elephants might be there. all
In the
that
night,
stuff.
absolutely yes. We
Yes.
don't allow.
Nice. So having more interaction with your people,
Mhm.
your existing people, will keep them engaged with you for the next. In my opinion, you will take another 24 months to reach 100,000 customers.
Yes.
24 months, 2
24
years.
two
Because
and
the
a half.
way, because if you have 46 captains at a 50% efficiency, that's about 24 trips per weekend.
Mhm.
52 weekends. That's 24 into 52 weekends. So 25 into 5, 625. So 625 into 25 people.
Correct, yeah.
So roughly it will take you 625 into 25 would be about 15,000 people.
Yeah.
So 15,000 people and another 15,000 people is what you can deliver
Correct. Yeah.
with the current. So for you to reach 100,000, that is, you will be about 25 will become about another 30,000 will go up more.
Correct. Yeah.
You will be, but it's always exponential.
Correct.
So it won't grow like 15 every year. You will have more destinations, more experience based. So anybody who's done all 12,
Mhm.
only they are allowed to come for experience based.
Experience.
It has to be a private club.
It's a private club.
It should be, and it should always be like that. And only if you're part of the private club and you've done at least 10 or 12, like once a month is what I would say.
Once in a month.
Once a month you come and do, and your experience travels are as affordable as your other weekend getaways, right?
Affordable,
no,
yes.
No special extra cost because it's an experience, nothing.
No, not
It's the same. It's just your travel stay, and actually what you're doing, you're subsidizing their travel, subsidizing their stay.
Mhm.
You're giving them good food, and the experience is for free.
Yes.
That's the beauty. That's your USP.
Yes.
So the existing customers, you have to upgrade them to the private. If somebody has done only 5,
Mhm.
you have to have someone to call them, or you have to have some contest how to get them to 12.
Okay.
And if you make 12 to 14 destinations, you add 2 more destinations, then overall 12. You say, boss, if you don't travel, then I'll have to put you back in the previous.
Okay.
And don't do that. Once you're in the private club, you can go and do whatever you want.
Correct.
And from there, by the time you reach 100,000, that is when you can become a full-fledged, agency, or you will be ripe for acquisition.
Okay.
So in another 2 to 3 years time, you will be right. If you have 100,000 people who have got experience-based selling, that means out of 1 lakh people, at least 25,000 people will be using flight services somewhere.
Yes.
At least 25%. That means every year 25 to 30,000 flight tickets alone is justifiable to value your business very, very high. Today, if I had to value your business, despite whatever limitations you say, I would give you a 6 to 8x of your gross revenue as the potential.
All right.
Reason being is the way this is going to move. You've got a very nice niche. The story behind it is also very interesting. So I'm sure you were searching for a place to go in the weekend when you were alone in Bangalore.
Yes.
So it's a confession more than a discussion. And from there, it evolved into something here.
Yes.
And now to take it further, if you go and you're able to have 100,000 people who have done weekend trips with you, and the same 100,000, maybe 50,000 of them have done the experience trips with you, and you've added 3 or 4 more destinations.
Correct.
Like for example, when you say Coorg, do you go to the same place every time or you change it?
No, so the weekend getaways itinerary remains the same.
Okay. So if you go to Coorg,
Once.
if you go to Kutta, which is south of Coorg, that's closer to Sultan Bateri and all those areas.
Correct.
It's very different experience. That's next to Nagarule.
Yes.
Or if you come towards Madikeri or which is more hilly area like North Coorg, South Coorg, it's no differences there.
Yes.
Chikmagalur, Sakleshpur, very similar. Then in Chikmagalur, Kemangundi is a different experience, and forgot the other forest name. Uthodi forest, we can just check that. That's a different experience.
Correct.
So within the same destination, you can have different tours, areas. Itinerary can be different.
Correct.
Like I remember many years ago going to Chikmagalur, and I was staying in the golf club because I'm affiliated there.
Okay.
And my boss was staying in the Taj.
Okay.
And when we went to see some land, when we were coming back, I said, sir, you want to see the golf course? He's an avid golfer.
Okay.
So I took him to the golf course, and we saw, and the owner of golf course, so I introduced him, sir, this is my boss and this is uncle, all that we explained. He saw they were talking about, and when we were coming out, I said, sir, I'll get off here because I'm staying here. He said, where? I said, in that cottage facing the golf course.
Okay.
How much you're paying? I said, as a member, 2,500. This is long time back.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm paying 5,000 bucks in Taj, and it's horrible. Because
Oh.
Taj is just a room. This is like, and I said, yes, sir. This morning when I was having cup of tea in the balcony, one peacock was dancing in front, right in the it's 55 acres of golf course, and you have cottage with the veranda which is outside, facing the golf course. I'm sitting there having tea, and a peacock is dancing. I'm like, wow. And you can't get that in a 5-star hotel. And he's like, shah. Like, I'm a multi-millionaire doing shah because, I got a better place than him to stay.
Yes.
And, that is the experience that matters.
Correct.
So you can go and stay in the Taj, or you can go and stay in the golf club, or you can go and stay in someone's house. You change the venue,
Correct.
you change everything else. So if you're going to the same location 10 times, nobody want to come again.
Yes.
So you must have option 1, option 2, option 3. So it will be, say for example, Coorg itinerary number 1, your current one. Then you have Coorg itinerary number 2, which is close to the forest. Then you have Coorg itinerary number 3, which maybe has trekking, whitewater rafting, and some adventure based.
Yes.
Then it could be Coorg itinerary, which is historical. Go and see all the historic. There are a lot of historical places in every place you go.
Yes.
So there'll be some very famous temple, there'll be some cave somewhere, there'll be some trek somewhere, there'll be something there, some sadhu's, shrine might be there. So in the same destination, you can have multiple itineraries. And you can pitch back. Did you like Coorg? Yes, we've got something even better. In Coorg, we've got this. Why can't you try this? And that should be in a format that they understand very well and click and book.
I think, but that's a challenge here because now, most of the people who are traveling, they are traveling for the social validation as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because I take the Coorg, I want to take something else.
Tick mark,
Yeah.
that's also there.
So that's what is happening. Like maximum number of people, I would say. So I believe that might be a challenge because I
You can't
won't take
change
the
that.
Coorg.
Yeah.
I don't know because instead of that I'll go somewhere else and I'll feel better because my social media presence will be better in that case. Because
Correct.
I'll be able to tell people that yes, I am traveling to another destination.
Correct.
and I'll feel good about it. And there's nothing wrong in it.
So I call that tick mark travel.
I think everyone loves to do it
Yes.
till a point that they are evolved as a traveler.
Correct. Correct. So if I were to kind of conclude, I'd say that your journey, your travel in the line of the travel business is moving in the right direction. What I would recommend is focus on creating more experiences that you are doing.
Correct.
Engage with the existing customers. Even if you have no destination to give them,
Mm-hmm.
you have to keep engaging with them for next 2 years.
2 years, okay.
In 2 years, you will be at 100,000 customers served. That's when you will be ripe for acquisition, and you exited your previous business. This is something probably you can say no. I will not sell. I'll buy another smaller competitor. Like for example, if you have the right cash flow, you can buy another agency which does travel.
Got it, yes.
Instead of going and becoming that person, there will be somebody who has spent 10 years to build his business, or it could be a wonderful merger. One of the things that I do is look at complementing businesses, merge them, and you create a bigger group.
Yes.
So that would be the the pathway that you could look at as well.
I think it's been a great perspective to take from here. Because we are always in the same mindset or in the same thought process, we don't come out of it.
Yes.
And we look forward, what if we do this and this might work.
Correct.
But not having the proper calculations about it.
Correct.